And go.
And there we are. Welcome, everyone, to another session with the Twilight Tinglers. We've been gone for a couple of weeks, but now we are back and ready to go. Last session, our intrepid heroes were planning themselves a little jaunt, heading over to La Rochette and trying to decide which way they were going. So we will go into the recap of last session, starting with Preacher.
Why, thank you very much. Last time we had a lot of revelations. My young ward, the new make automaton of chastity, turned out to have been in cahoots with two of our members in the group and trying to investigate a smuggling ring of automatons. And they discovered something rather interesting inside a warehouse. Apart from the fact that she actually also assaulted the guards outside, which led to a lot of interesting discussions with the guards. Thanks to other members of our party, we had enough proof to apprehend the fellow and basically get a confession out of him since he tried to shoot one of us. When we entered the warehouse and examined the empty bodies, I experienced a very discombobulating thing and two souls of our dead friends. Cal and Leo left my care and entered the bodies instead, which was very surprising. Not something I intended. We carted them off to our tower and waited around for them to try and regain consciousness while being chained down. We'd asked about everybody we could think, what the hell do we do now? And they basically came back with the reply, wait and see if they try to kill you. Which they didn't. And they gave us a lot of information, or some information, on the memories they had of serving our evil nemesis and foes, the three. But they also toppled over unconscious quite quickly, so we don't know exactly what to do with them. Their fate at the moment is a little bit undecided. We did get enough information that the enemy had two major players doing their bidding and trying to get power for the three. I will pass the ball over to the man on the inside. Was it Quinn or Ed that had the most information on this? Zara or Edamir?
Not me.
Zara?
Well, we did only collect a bunch of information on the smuggling of the bodies, but that was all we really knew, is that he was doing it. We didn't get additional information beyond that. Aside from that, we did interrupt a date and plan for some dragon slaying, but I'm gonna let the people more involved in that, like Estrella, why don't you tell us about your date?
So Estrella and Leo tried to have a date, and it was quite nice until a certain Zara appeared, disguised as a random person delivering a package to Estrella that had been sent by her husband, that who she does not want to acknowledge. Inside there was an extremely beautiful and elaborated dress with accessories, fit to make a queen envious. Zara made a point of naming all of Estrella's titles, like Daughter of Dawn or something. There were quite a few, and the demeanor of the owner of the restaurant changed immediately, giving Magnus, it was Magnus, not Leo, Magnus and Estrella a private room. And Magnus also received clothes from Estrella's husband, but that was a jokester's outfit. So we definitely know what he thinks of him. Estrella, we have all the titles in chat right now. Thank you very much for that. After that, the date kind of ended, and the others returned to the group and tried to decide where we are going to go from here. Whether we are going through a very dangerous valley or are we going around it, what our next course is. We do know that we have to head east. Magnus.
Yeah, not a lot to add, especially about the jester's outfit. The gown for Estrella was extremely nice, and I believe that both Iodi and Mador have some elaboration to make on their events, so I will pass it over to Iodi.
Yeah, I was doing a pretty good job of not going and hanging out with everybody. I even paid the messenger to just go away, basically. But and then a little halfling friend showed up with shocking green hair and all that, and basically it was an angry dragon, angry that I hadn't given him what he had tasked me to give him, and he basically told me he was going to make me into a book if I didn't go slay a black dragon and bring him his head and his heart. So I spent a lot of the session just kind of panicking and running around. There was a lot of, "Do you want Iodi to be a book?" and a lot of yelling and a lot of chasing people around. I went to Marisol and basically said, "We're going to have to go do this." And then at the end, I went to Edamir and I was like, "You're going to have to save us from the swamp poison and things of that nature." And that was kind of my whole bit. So I'll throw it to Mador.
Yes, as we're was getting on information, I went to the Grandmaster to get some more information on some of the things that were mentioned by Cal and Leo. He also mentioned about he would probably can start training some of the orphans into my order because it's going to take a while for them to get into it. And also until the Order of the Golden Wyvern finds a home. We do know one of the players, one of the people we're going against was a Grandmaster of the Golden Phoenix. So we probably have another Grave Knight that we'll have to be fighting. I also got some information from the Grandmaster about a temple south of the lake, where giants were seen heading there, which happens to hold a huge arsenal of magical items that they don't want the public to have. I then had a little chat with Marisol as I was leaving out the door. Marisol, tell us about your date.
Yeah, so last session was the session of the broken dates. I had issues finishing a date at all that time due to, friends suddenly coming back to life as statues and Iodi being turned into a book. I think I sent him off with, "You have to protect Bill." That worked. Anyway, we are going to La Rochelle to save them and find the Iodi's dragon because we definitely don't want Iodi to become a book. Although I think we're making a huge mistake, so I ended up taking that out on my door. And that's not good. But yeah, I think that's it. Back to Shoggy, I think.
All right, so I believe Mador and Marisol, did you finish your conversation, or would you like to pick it up again?
Oh, we want to pick it up.
Well, in that case, we'll go straight to that, won't we?
Yes, as I'm heading out the door, I go over my shoulder. I hope you enjoy your evening with Captain Martin. It may be your last, as I slam the door behind me and head up to the top of the tower.
Right.
Marisol snarls and then thinks for a moment about what she said and runs after him.
Yeah, well, I do believe he's heading up the towers, so he shouldn't be very difficult to find.
No. Mador, wait, please.
Yes, Captain.
Look, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have snapped at you. It was a really bad call, and I'm not angry with you. It's just this whole situation. I'm in way over my head, and I don't really know what we're gonna do. And going through the Valley of the Gnashti, that seems like a huge mistake. I'm sorry.
Well, you know I study the stars a lot, and they can tell you a lot of things. Past, future, present. I do have one question for you. Did you die in your past?
Honestly, I don't know.
I noticed a scar over your heart.
I know that everything went black, and that I woke up again with the Lady of Greenhill standing over me and just said, "Welcome back." But if she healed me or raised me from the dead, I don't know. But I'm here now.
Yes. Um, Going through and from what I've been seeing in the skies and the stars, going through that valley of gnashing teeth is dread. I feel dread. But again, you are the captain. You have to make that decision which way we go.
Well,
Also, I have something I should tell you that I've kept quiet for a long time.
go ahead.
The stars showed me Kel's and Leo's death.
Has it shown you mine?
It's again, it's far past. It shows you, I should say, darkness and then light. But there's also something in there about romancing in the skies too, in the stars. So um, I can't. I tried everything, tried not to tell or prevent things because of if you try to change what it's shown, you got a big paradox you're opening, and then what would have happened with Estrella and Magnus if I did something to prevent their death?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, whatever's written in the stars, it doesn't matter. It's something that we have to live our lives no matter what they say. And there's plenty of myths and legends out there of people who are trying actively to change their fate and therefore brings it to pass. So perhaps we shouldn't just worry about it too much. But will you help me convince the others?
I can try, but um, they have. It seems like they have their mindset. But again, you are the captain. You can make. You are the one that makes the final decision. I can do my best to persuade, but you are the captain.
I would prefer not to tell people to do something. I want to ask them.
You may have to have come to a point where you have to make that decision.
Yeah, but I hope it's not today. Let's go see if we can find Magnus.
True. Let's head out.
We're gonna go look for Magnus.
Well, you find him. He's not very difficult to find. He's a paladin. That armor shines for several streets each way when it's hit by sunlight.
Magnus, do you have a moment?
Aye, I do. What can I do for you, Marisol? Sir Mador?
I think we're going to make a huge mistake going through the Valley of Gnashti. I think we should go down and south and around. Also see if we can find whatever Cal was describing sending to that temple that was down there. And I really don't want to go through the Dead Valley.
Aye. I haven't said anything. No, I know nothing but rumours about the Valley of Gnashing Teeth, but what I hear, it's no good. I was hoping Mador might have more information, being a more local man than myself.
I only have info that's been handed down to me. Remember, I grew up mostly in an orphanage, so there is. I passed on what the Grandmaster told me, and to be honest, I feel dread coming from that valley. That's me.
Aye, well, it's more concrete than the few hints and whispers that I've passed up to Santerre, so I didn't like it. I'd be quite happy to go south, but, well, Iodi seems to think it's quite urgent that he gets out to Gramont urgently, and the shortest route is through that valley.
Yeah, but if we travel down and around it, we will walk through more of the bogs where that dragon of his is hidden.
That's a good angle, to be sure. Do we have any contracts or errands that we need to take care of to the south? You said something about Cal sending somebody down to the temple down south.
The cow statue, I don't know. It said she sent something down the south towards a temple that would attack a temple of hidden truth or something. I can't really remember. But I think those were giants or something.
Giants. Do we know anything about what's in the temple?
I don't, but whatever's there, it's definitely not worth being destroyed by giants.
No. We should defend the temple if we can. Of course, that's not going to carry much weight with Zara. Unless, of course, well, if the Marquis was offering a reward to go down and check it out, then perhaps you think about it. We could always go see the Marquis and ask.
But remember, the Marquis also told us if we're going to go that way, anyone heading that way should go south instead of through the valley of the Gnashing Teeth.
This is also true.
That was his exact words, if I'm right, Captain.
Yeah. But as long as we can convince Preacher or Estrella, I think we have the majority anyway.
Aye.
If we go through that swamp first and get the dragon, we may not have to worry about a dragon coming up our backside when we're at La Rochette.
That's also an excellent point. And I definitely don't want Master Yoda to be turned into a book, although I'm not really sure what that means.
He may look nice as a book.
I'd rather have him in the skin he's in at the moment. But yeah, I'd say we go back and try and persuade the others. I don't think Estrella will be a hard sell, but give her the prospect of exploring somewhere else, she may take it.
Well, Preacher or Estrella first then. What do you think?
I would say probably Estrella. Preacher seems to have had to cool down a little bit.
All right. Let's find Estrella.
Finding Estrella is very easy. Because she looks like she is coming looking for you.
Ah, brilliant. Estrella,
Yes. So, I already told you before that I don't think it's a good idea to go through the valley, and we definitely shouldn't.
I absolutely agree. We should definitely go around.
Yeah, I have new information about the valley, and although I cannot disclose everything to you, going through there would be pretty much suicide.
I agree. Well, then we are 4 that agrees. This is looking easier than I thought it would be. I think we should go south and see if we can stop whatever Cal sent down there. And yeah, go through the bog and find the Otis dragon.
Or if not, actually stop it. See if there's signs of anything going there, because we do have to get to La Rochette. But going through the swamp to get the dragon first, then head north may be a better idea too. Again, as I said, I don't think we want to have a dragon coming up our backside while we're fighting.
Dragons are generally a bad idea to have.
Yeah, undead dragons even more, so no valley. And about that temple, yeah, we should definitely check that out. I mean, she was one of your companions, right? And she has inside knowledge about the enemy's movement. If she thought that it was worth mentioning, we should not disregard it.
I agree. Have
We
you seen
still
Bleacher?
We still have our priority too, though, Captain. Remember.
No, I haven't seen him. I was out getting information for you, remember?
I know. You might have passed him on the way out. Yeah. But let's get back to the hall and see if we can find everyone. Yeah. Yodi?
Huh? What? What? How did I get here?
You walked out the door, friend.
Oh, cat, what? He's like looking around very nervously. Are we ready to leave yet? Yes? Yes? No?
Yeah, about that. You know, having the dragon lives in the swamp, right? Going through the valley means we go straight to the city, and potentially the dragon will sneak up on us from the swamp. Do you think we should maybe go around the valley and come in through the swamp, and then maybe we can get that dragon for you before we settle whatever that's at the city?
Is the champion afraid?
I think he is.
The champion
No.
is scared of the valley?
I'm absolutely terrified.
We should not go through the valley. No, absolutely not.
I mean, maybe we should. I'm gonna cast Show the Way, but that requires the voice of God to tell us the best path.
If we have to desperately go through there, I may know a way, but I have been told going through there would be absolutely insane. And I've been told that by someone I absolutely trust and that who has a lot more experience than we have. So, no, we should not go through the valley.
Who is this? Was it a dragon that told you this?
I'm not conversing with dragons aside from you, so no. But all humans also have a lot of knowledge, especially this one.
Will you be turned into a book if we do not walk through the valley?
No, but I do like my life, and if that person says it's insane, then it's insane. And I mean, okay, you say you will get turned into a book, but if you don't want to be turned into a book, you have to be alive to avoid it, right? Otherwise, you have the choice either to be turned into a book or to be eaten.
We are marching towards a giant black dragon. You are afraid of the things in the valley? You should probably focus on what is going on, eh?
I know a little bit about what is going on in that valley. I'm not going to disclose all of it because I do not have to. I am asking you to trust me and trust my sources on this.
Many secrets,
Is
many
what's-
things.
Is what's going on in the valley worse than a dragon?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely yes.
Yes.
Hey, Shoggoth, I need the voice of God. I cast Show the Way. It's the best way to get to this dragon.
Let me have a look at Show the Way. It's going to take you a little moment to cast. You're looking for the black dragon that you want to... that Eoli's looking for.
Yes.
Let's have a look, see. Gotta have a look at that spell. Luckily, I have Quinpedia helping me find it real fast.
I do not understand why there are so many secrets and hidden knowledge. Iodi has said plainly, if I do not go kill this dragon, if we do not take the direct path to kill the dragon, I will be a book. Do you like reading? You would like to read the Iodi book?
Yodi, we never said we wouldn't fight the dragon for you. Alright? We just want to arrive there alive to even have the chance to fight it.
Nothing has ever stopped us before. I do not know why we are so afraid.
Alright. So, who do you deem more dangerous? Black dragon or zombie dragon and even larger creatures?
The giant green dragon who is going to turn me into a book.
That wasn't the question.
Ah, but that is the answer.
It isn't.
It is.
Surely
So-
not.
A moment, love. So, Eodi, you're more afraid of the giant green dragon who is the one going to turn you into a book? So you don't really care which way we go to find this black dragon, as long as we get there as fast as we can.
This is correct.
There you go.
So we must go through the valley because it's the straightest path, and we must go this way. I agree.
No.
Thank you very much, Magnus. Thank you for having my back on this. Let us go.
Fastest doesn't mean we'll arrive alive.
We will go around and arrive alive to fight the dragon. Because I would not die. Just like Bill don't want to die. And you don't want to die just to not be turned into a book.
Did we not agree to leave Bill here?
No?
Why
Bill
would
is
we,
coming.
why would we bring Bill? There is no risk for Bill.
You'd leave Etienne without a companion.
And besides, I am not walking there. So, Bill is coming.
I do not agree with this. Regardless of what we decide to do, if we stand here talking about it forever, we will never get there, and Yodio will be a book that much quicker. So let us do the thing, let us go.
We will leave tomorrow morning. We can't leave in the night.
But
The gates aren't open.
If we did leave in the night, we would be that much closer.
If we leave in the night, we'll be lost.
We have the druid. He has learned the way.
Do you really trust the fox to lead the way?
I trust anyone who will get me to this dragon so that I do not become a book. The druid is the only one who does not seem to be afraid to take the straightest path. I think, Edamir, you are my new friend. Let us do the thing.
Sounds good to me.
I feel like fear has completely rid you of any intelligence or survival instinct.
Says the one who does not want to go through the path.
Because I have information you do not have, and you say you trust the person to lead you there to the dragon, right? I will do that. I never said I wouldn't. All right? But I will take us there the safest way. Because being fast doesn't mean anything if we are dead. I want us to be there alive. And then we are going to fight the dragon for you.
Also, if we go into the valley and we're fighting that the entire way through, it'll be faster to go round anyway.
That's what I've been saying the whole time, yes. Going around the safer road is going to be faster than going through the valley and dying. I am
Are we
not afraid.
Are we trying to get to La Rochette or like the middle of the bog?
We're going to the bog. We're going to find Yodi's dragon.
Well, we would all know that the fastest way to the middle of the bog is following the road to Fort Falaise, and then the road east past Grand Tipple to the fort south of the northernmost fort, and then by boat.
Yeah.
Just Show the Way gives us all this information.
Aye.
Then it is the fastest way, too. Are you convinced now, Yodi?
I said I would follow the druid, then let's go. Let us do the thing. Or we are waiting till tomorrow, yes?
We are waiting for sunrise so that we can pack and get ready.
Yeah, it is decided then. And Iodi is gonna go look at the giant book that the dragon gave him angrily.
Estrella is looking to Marisol. Why is he trusting the druid but not the scout?
Because I'm a druid.
I don't know, and I'm not really sure what happened, but apparently we're going around. We should probably tell Preacher and Sarah that we're leaving tomorrow morning to go around.
I just hope that he is not getting us in trouble on the way. He seems terrified, which is totally fine if he has been threatened with his life. But if he is endangering the group, you have to do something.
We're all terrified, so we'll find a way.
But I just showed you the way.
Exactly, we're following that way. Look, we should tell Preacher and Zara, and I'll have to go make some personal preparations.
All right.
After all, people weren't thinking we were leaving before 3 days, and, well, now we're leaving tomorrow morning.
As I said, I'm all for helping him, but not if it means endangering the whole group.
No, I agree.
All right, I'll try to see if I can find Preacher. I'm all set, so I don't need to prepare much.
Brilliant, thank you.
I believe Preacher went to look at the other two automations.
All right,
Want me
then
to come with you, Estrella?
Hmm?
Want me to come with you, Estrella?
Yeah, all right. Let's have a look.
Getting to where the two automations are?
That's in the bottom of your haunted tower right now.
Haunted in a good way.
The good type of haunted, yes. Fairly uncommon to find currently, but yeah, they're both there, lying on a cot each, just placed on each side of what would have been the armory. They seem, well, you can see they are alive. You've known Preacher long enough to recognize whether an automaton is inhabited by a soul and active or not, but they're dormant from the look of it.
Is Preacher here too?
He is not.
Well, it was a good guess, but apparently we have to look outside.
Okay.
You want to go together, or do you want to go look for Zara?
I'll go with you.
Okay.
Well, Preacher's not that difficult to find, being the Marshal of Golden Glens. You can pretty much ask any guard on the street, and they've got a pretty good idea of which part of the city he is in. He's down in the caravan district, procuring supplies, it seems.
Hey, preacher.
Ah, Estrella.
How's it going?
Yeah, we need a better negotiator than me.
Well, I mean, I can try. I'm not the best, but I can certainly try. We have decided, or rather, Marisol decided, but well, whatever. We will go to, the route to the south, not through the valley, and we're going to leave tomorrow morning. So a little bit short on time now.
Well, I did set out intending to try and procure the best supplies, given that we have a couple of weeks' time, but I guess we have to hurry up the schedule now. I actually turn away from the merchant that I was talking to and say this in a lower voice so he doesn't overhear it. Which means we need a very good negotiator, because suddenly it's imperative we get these things now.
Yep.
As for which route we're taking, I mostly wanted to be informed. And I guess Marisol has been informed of the dangers of either path.
Absolutely. I mean, I have new information about the valleys, and that has just strengthened my resolve to not go through the valley. Yeah. Just also for your information, Iodi does not look very reliable to me at the moment. He is driven by fear and is not able to do rational thinking in my eyes.
Okay. I'm going to leave that for other heads to consider, since I have two new members of my kin to worry about. That kind of surprised me yesterday. So I will deal with that when we're on the road if I need to. Otherwise, I hope you others have a good handle on that situation. I will keep it in mind.
Apparently, he's listening to the druid more than anyone else. We were
good.
basically saying the same, but he didn't trust me, but Adamir, so... Well, however, we should get these supplies. We are short on time.
Okay. Yeah. Well, who's best in negotiating of us three?
I do have a little bit of training, but I'm not an expert at all.
I have a title, if that would help.
Well, I have several, but I think the price is regardless of that.
No, I think in regards of titles, I'm in the lead right now, but I do not want to use them if possible.
Yeah, no. I think that this caravan doesn't give two hoots about who they sell it to. The price is going to stay the same.
Can use my charm.
You can give it a try if you want.
My supernatural charm. It's kind of natural.
I mean,
Well, then.
It's about 100 gold, so I mean, we're not exactly lacking for funds.
That's all it is, 100 gold. I can take care of that. It's penny cash for me.
I mean, we're talking about 10 people or so. No, sorry, we're actually more than that, since I'm taking along a squad, say 200 gold.
I can handle it.
Well, turn up your charm anyway. Whatever we can save would be good.
I'll do my best. I will talk to the caravan, the merchant, and see if we can get a better deal.
Right. So the merchant's a lady, actually, with flowing clothing in several, pretty much every color that you could think of, seemingly mostly made out of pockets or cloaks with pockets, and multicolored here, and a huge mane standing everywhere, like pretty enough, but something about her face is, even for you as a half elf, is just a bit too gaunt, a bit too angular. But she does turn with a huge smile and like, Ah, hello. What can I do for you?
Yes, I'd like to procure some supplies.
Well, supplies right now, they're very expensive. People need food, they need grain, they need everything. You know, city was just under siege, in case you weren't aware. So,
We were here that we're one of the groups that broke the siege. Yes, we're very aware of it.
ah, yes. One of the groups that broke the siege. You're very famous. So, what kind of supplies are you looking for? Where are you going? Tell me your destination and your travel route. I will give you a good offer. The best offer, you might say.
Let's just say we're heading south.
Ah, south. You'll want to travel by road then. You'll need carts, oxen, maybe horses. I can get you all of these things. And, of course, beer. Maybe some cognac. Alcohol, at the very least. Dwarven spirits, perhaps, or elven wine in your case.
Elven wine. That sounds interesting. I know most of us already have mounts, and I do believe we already have a wagon.
Well,
We do.
how long is your travel? Are you traveling for 1 week, 7 weeks, 12 weeks? Are you going to Friedrichstadt, perhaps, to fight the undead there? I hear there's a lady on a flying golden throne causing all sorts of havoc. Ah, yes, the bounty on her head must be quite large.
Yes, we've encountered her here.
Or perhaps shorter. Are you going camping with your kids? In that case, you will need much less supplies. I cannot give you an offer unless you give me a timeline.
Oh, we'll say approximately a week.
1 week. That would get you, well, almost down to Fort Falaise and, well, halfway to the Grand Temple. Or halfway to Boubry, perhaps, if you travel by road. Well, you'll want a wagon, unless all of your horses are large and carry saddlebags. Be aware, though, war horses generally don't like to be tied down with things like that, so you might need some pack animals. I can make this happen for you. Trust Marie-Louise. Marie-Louise will definitely deliver.
I'm gonna want to talk to a Strellan preacher off the side a little bit. You told me something about this face just doesn't look right.
It's difficult to kind of ascertain what race she is for you. She looks sort of elven, but not elven. Definitely not human. Doesn't give off the vibe of any undead you've met so far, but something about her makes her skin tingle just a little bit.
I'd say 3 weeks, pack animals, not carts.
So 3 weeks it is. I will see what price I can get.
3 weeks, you say? And what cart animals do you want? A man of your stature, you will want meat, at least for your main meals. Maybe some jerky to chew on. Dried fish is good protein for keeping those muscles large and strong. And of course, I can see the elven blood in you. You'll want vegetables that can travel for a while. For you, seem like a nice man. Give me a diplomacy roll.
Really? Okay. Not bad.
Well, you, from what I hear, you are the heroes you say you are. So, I will give you a special price, my friend. I will take only 90 gold for these excellent rations per person. 10 of you, 3 weeks. That'll be 2,700 gold. Oh, did I say 2,700? Of course not. For 3 weeks, I will give you a special price, 2,000. It's, I'm cutting my own throat here, but for you, I will make it happen.
I'll give her 2,000 out of my own pockets.
There we are. She holds her hand out. Do we have a deal then?
Yes, we do.
I'm assuming you take her hand?
Yeah, I'll shake her hand.
Yeah. Sort of. You get that feeling you sometimes get with like pressure to your ears if you go diving or getting up on an airplane. She gives Medora a bright smile and says, "Worry not, my friend. Your supplies, they will be there at the first bell in the morning." Then she gives a little twirl, and you're surrounded by a cloud of deep purple butterflies for a moment. She disappears.
Did
Mador,
anyone see that beside me?
oh, I did. And if you feel strange somehow, please tell immediately. That one was a fae.
Yeah, I felt like I was diving underwater, pressure to my ears.
Mm-hmm.
Well, those better be good rations, because I was thinking a lot less than that. But yeah, okay.
Well, I'm just glad that the deal only contains coins and not favors.
Right.
Explain yourself.
Have you never heard about fae? They do love to make deals, and usually their deals, although they sound simple, always have some kind of catch.
Well, the only phase I've dealt with is when my father was going to give me to the phase for a favor, and people, ventures came in, slayed all the phase and my father, and dumped me off in an orphanage.
Yeah, well, be careful around her. As I said, this time it was a pretty clear deal, coin for supplies. If there is ever anything unclear or left open, don't take it.
We did shake on it, and that is the overall agreement to a sealed deal.
Yeah, and this time. Alright, let's go back.
Yeah, I have to decide
Thank
on
you for that
disposing
heads
of.
up. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I hoped I could have told you earlier, but I didn't want to make her angry by showing distrust so openly.
I really don't trust her anyhow, but we need the supplies.
I know.
And again, it came out of my pocket, so that should make Zara happy.
We'll make sure to somehow repay you. It is for the group after all.
Agreed.
I could charge the
Now-
group for food since I paid for it.
Yes. Now I gotta decide on what to do with Cal and Leo.
We checked up on them before we went to find you. They seemed asleep still.
Yeah, well, we're gonna be gone for at least a couple of weeks, 3-4 weeks maybe. They're not coming along with us on journey. We can't carry them; they're too heavy.
And also the risk of losing them.
That's it.
Again, question for you, preacher, since you are one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I still have Cal's battle axe on me. Should I give it back to her or not?
I'd have to consult with Marisol on that. I think, I mean, it's her soul. It's Cal's soul in a new body, so yeah. Technically, she has claim on it. We haven't fulfilled the promise.
I understand, but I wonder if she'll feel more at home, I guess is the way to put it.
It might.
And don't bother go looking for Marisol. She's going to be very busy tonight.
Oh, I'm not going to talk to her tonight.
Yeah,
I'm going
she'll
to
be
try.
around in the morning.
Yeah, I'm going to try and solve this back home. We are walking back to the tower.
All right. Who was going looking for Zara?
I don't think anyone volunteered.
I guess I brought Magnus to look for her.
In that case, Zara, where do they find you?
Or did we find you at all?
Bathhouse.
Zara's in the bathhouse? Very well. That's where we find her.
Sarah, do you have a moment?
I suppose that depends.
Well, short version of the story. We want to go around and we're leaving tomorrow morning.
Okay,
Okay?
we're getting paid, right?
Of course we are.
I don't see any problem with it. Of course, if we go around, we're missing the opportunity to collect all those bounties we picked up.
Yeah, but I'll rather live to pick another bounty than die for potential few of them.
That sounds like coward talk.
Well, then call me a coward.
I feel like we could kill anything that gets in our way. It's worked out well
Perhaps.
for us so far. We've only had a couple of deaths, a couple of near misses. We killed a whole coven of hags. Nothing can stop us anymore.
No, but we'll have to. I'd rather get to that dragon of Yodis and where we're getting paid to be, and then we could consider doing it on the way back.
Well, you're the boss. I don't care as long as we're getting paid.
We are. Enjoy your bath.
Gotta have one before we go to the bog. I feel like it's going to be the last hot soak we have for a while.
Yeah, definitely not a bad idea. I'm gonna go find a warm bed with someone in it. See you tomorrow.
Oh, enjoy.
I'm gonna go. I finished packing and I'm gonna leave and find Walter's room.
Right. Well, that seems like the sort of thing we're not going to go any further into. But yes, you do find Walter. He is happy to see you. There is a bed. And we're not getting ourselves kicked off of Twitch. I think that's where we're going to leave that part.
Oh, perfectly fine.
So, does anybody else have any scenes they want to be doing before we get to the morning
Yes.
where you guys are leaving? Mr. Preacher.
I would like to try and just simply get a feel for the tower's inhabitants, what they think of those two new members, Cal and Leo.
Ooh.
Are they hostile towards them or not? Because it is totally possible that we will leave them in the armory for the duration of the journey. We can't carry them along with us. And otherwise, I'd have to hand them over to one of the, I don't know, put them basically below the keep that we're supposed to guard, and that's not a good idea. Ravensbridge Knights, they have a lot on their plate already. So yeah, what do the ghosts think of these two?
What skill are you planning on using to commune with the spirits of the tower?
Well, first of all, I do have my eyesight, and I have a psychometric resonance. I can basically touch something and read psychic impressions left on objects by the previous owners. I would like to touch these two and see if there's anything regarding these two bodies that I can sense, and see if there's like ghosts standing around, basically trying to guard the place.
Yeah, very well.
That's an occult roll.
Give us an occult roll then, sir. Right, so Preacher sits down, touches the bodies, one hand on each, tries to focus on previous owners. For a long while, it's quiet while he focuses and casts his mind out. Before he knows it, he finds himself just completely in darkness. Not entirely in darkness. You sense your eyes start to get used to it. You're deep, deep underwater. And there's a creature there. You can feel age rolling off of it. It's ancient. It looks like it might once have been a gnome of the sort you knew, like when you were first created. It's sitting in a throne of some sort of black rock. It's definitely no longer the type of gnome you would have known. Its arms are longer, fingers are longer, they've got more joints. Its head is large, the cranium elongated. The eyes very large, with no sclera, just a deep blue in them. And it looks up and it obviously senses you. And a voice in the side of your head goes, "One of the Soul Keepers. Again, active? I thought you all destroyed. You will find a body for my wife." And it opens up a jar, and a spirit charges into Preacher. And the rest of you are awakened from your slumber in the middle of the night by a ferocious rumble and the entire tower shaking. In addition to what sounds like the longest, most drawn-out, painful scream you've ever heard from Preacher.
Estrella comes running.
Even down to the inn?
Even you can hear it even down to the inn. You're pretty certain the entire city can hear it.
Okay, I'm gonna
Oops.
get dressed and get there.
Estrella comes running down. She can see Preacher rising up. For a moment, his eyes are a deep purplish red. He holds out his left hand towards Estrella, speaking in some sort of ancient language, and she can see power starting to form inside of his hand before his left hand goes, "Nope, nope, 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 nope," and then he knocks himself out.
Do we still have the chains laying around?
You do, funnily enough.
Yep. Since I don't know what's going on, but he was about to attack me, Preacher is getting chained up.
Well, you're gonna need help. Those chains are too heavy for Estrella to move alone.
All right, then she's going to shout, "Hey, someone come in here fast and help me chain Preacher up. I don't know what's going on."
I'm right
Magnus,
behind you.
Magnus is not far behind either.
With Medora and Magnus, you can fairly easily chain them up. These chains were made for warships, you gotta remember.
All right, so his eyes were glowing, and he was about to, I don't know, shoot an energy beam or something at me before he knocked himself out. That's all I know.
No, that certainly sounds out of the ordinary. And, I guess we better secure him just to be sure.
That's what these chains are for. Thanks for the help.
No problem. Can we find somewhere to bolt him down to?
I just hope that he is okay and it does not delay us. Oh, do we have anyone that may know something about this?
Well, I'm assuming it's up to the rest of the party, of course, but nobody slept through that.
Yodi will walk in a little bit late after all of the conversations happen. He's like, is Yodi interrupting something? And I'll do a detect magic, see if I see anything different.
Well, it's good that you're here. You're not really interrupting, but maybe you can help. After his scream, I came running in here. His eyes were glowing purplish red, and he was about to shoot a laser beam at me or energy beam at me or something before he knocked himself out. We chained him up just to be safe when he wakes up.
Yeah, I'll do a detect magic and inspect him, see if I can see anything or notice anything.
All right, give us an Arcana.
Yeah.
You can see some sort of magical energy is fighting with the arcane core that's housing what you know as Preacher. Well, you could call it a soul if you want. To Iodi's surprise, he can't actually tell what school that magic is from. It's either new enough that he's never heard of it, or ancient enough that he's never heard of it, but it's not any of the ones you know. But it seems like the arcane core is getting control as you watch. Although, well, you can assume that if this happens again, the Preacher's going to be out for a while. But he does come to while Yodi is watching, and as Marisol kind of kicks the door open and enters with her gun up.
Pistol drawn, yeah.
Yep.
What's going on here?
Glowing eyes, shooting energy beams, or almost knocking himself out.
Well, he is awake now. Maybe he can tell us, eh?
Preacher?
Ah. What the?
That's what
You
we were
okay?
going to ask.
No. I was. Oh, Lord. This body is too thin and frail.
Sorry about the chains, pal, but you were about to attack me, so yeah.
Never mind that. Chains is probably good. I was trying to find out more about the two bodies, Cal and Leo's, and I connected with a gnome sorcerer, I think, somehow. Probably the intended recipient or the man being responsible for those bodies. I don't know. He was surprised finding my kind still active. I think he sent a soul somehow to me with a command to find a body for that person. It seems that soul tried to attack me personally. Zoel.
Zool?
Something like that. It's not exactly an introduction I got. It's just the name being hurled at me, and then
Oh, great. So you're being forced to help someone that wants to kill you?
Not sure kill is the term. I think I don't know. He obviously had the knowledge about my kind. I don't know if he still has the keys to control us, but he hurled a soul at me and basically said I should find a body for his wife.
As if we didn't have enough problems already.
You're telling
You-
me.
You feel in control enough to get these chains off, or should we keep them on?
Give me a moment. Hey, you said I knocked my... What? Did I try to
Well-
attack you?
Yeah, you tried to, I don't know, shoot a kind of energy beam at me or something. I saw energy gathering in your hand, but you knocked yourself out with your other hand.
I suspect that Zul might be of a different skill set than I am.
Pretty much so, because I've never seen you using something like energy in your hands. I mean, yeah, of course, you're a very good melee fighter and brawler, but not that kind of attack.
I mean, but has he ever tried?
That's a lot I don't know. Still, I feel like I'm in somewhat control, but I don't know half of what I don't know a fraction of what I can do as a soul keeper.
Try shooting a laser beam.
Not in here. We don't want to destroy the tower.
No, and while I actually can do that, that's part of a tattoo that I got from Yodi. Anyhow, it's not an innate ability that I am aware of for my species and such. Probably something that Cal can do now, maybe? I don't know. Yes, I think I'm in control.
Okay. Then we should remove those chains, people.
All right. And
I'm gonna
she's
step back and I'm gonna just hold my rifle at my side just in case.
yeah, Magnus, would you help me, please? And Estrella is carefully unlocking the chains.
Aye, glad to.
I want to warn you though, because that contact, he knew more about my kind than anything else, and I have no knowledge of how the commands work that control my kind.
I mean, you did scream like you were, I don't know, being ripped apart or skinned alive. I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah, I heard it all the way down in the alley.
I heard it all the way down to the inn.
It was intense. My core feels ripped.
Could you do us a favor and next time you try to connect to something like this, tell us beforehand?
Yes, however,
I-
I'm not
if I-
certain this was something that can happen with anything other than these two bodies or similar ones.
Well, I have heard you tend to touch magic stones, so maybe hold back from that a little.
Well, certainly I will try, but a lot of my powers come from soul, and it's worrying.
Yodi's still kind of poking about at him, and he's like, I do not think that the next time will go so well. We should definitely think about this, preacher.
Can you managed to research that I'd had a lot of vessels cores inside me? Can you tell whether that soul is actually occupying one of them?
Can I tell that, Shoggoth? He's muted.
I'm not muted. I'm just speaking very loud. Yes, I was. Yes. Give us another Arcana roll. You're kind of starting to understand how he works. Yeah. Knowing what to look for, you can see that there's still that one soul that's been with him since before he picked up, or at least you saw it being there when you saw Cal and Leo, the third soul. It's in there, it's deeply buried, almost imperceptible. But there's now one that burns like fire. It's almost angrily buzzing in its vessel,
Still kind of
like it's trying to
poking.
break out. And it's got that purple reddish, very angry glow to it. Feels malevolent. You're pretty certain it's looking back at you from inside there. And honestly, even when even when Cal and Leo's souls were still tainted by undeath before whatever process creature has cleansed them, they felt less evil than this thing.
Eode like puts his ear up to Preacher's chest, and he kind of like pokes at him a little bit. I would tell you this, Preacher. Whatever you have picked up, it is very angry, and I would be very careful, sir.
Right.
I would show you, but I mean, it is magic. It is not good. This is not good. This is not what we would like to have happen.
No. I would unhappen it if I could, but yes.
I can do nothing about this, but I will see if I can figure something out. However, whatever this is, I feel like we should try to get rid of it very quickly.
That would be ideal.
Right, there's a polite knocking on the door.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Right, so you open the door. There's a tiny dragon outside, dressed in a black vest and a bowler hat, with a cigar in the side of its mouth. It looks annoyed.
Can I help you?
Yeah, Bob. We've been here since an hour after midnight. And we got a delivery for Mador.
Mador?
All right, I'll head to the door.
Yeah. You
It's
see
for you.
the fairy dragons flying in the air. There's 3 more of them in the back, delivering, looks like a cart with 2 horses in front and a lot of supplies on it. And he's like, hey, bud, you got a sign here. I got shit to do. Contract said first bell of the day. We've been here for 2 hours now. It cost me money. It's on my lunch break, buddy.
I'm going to read this contract.
Well, it is one delivery of 3 weeks' supplies for one 10-person adventuring party. Special price from Maury Lovewood to one Grand Master Mador of the Order of the Golden Wyvern.
Is there any fine print on this?
Not that you can see.
I will sign it. Supplies are here.
Perfect. We'll be resupplying you once every 7 days. So, as long as the special price has been paid, you can be certain we'll be making you happy. There'll be footlongs and hoagies as long as the eye can see, buddy. All right, boys, we're done here. The 4 dragons fly off.
What was that?
Supplies.
Great. Thank you.
The wagon looks not quite wagon-like. It's got more of a nautical theme to it. Looks like somebody might have just quickly and skillfully, but without thinking too much about aesthetics. They'll just put 4 wheels on it. And the 2 horses, you notice, have webbed feet and kind of looks like some sort of underwater grass or weed instead of regular manes on them.
Okay. We may find a way across the lake, too.
I have no idea what's going on.
Does that mean I no longer have to cast Walk on Water?
I'd hold off on that one.
Does any of you read Fae?
Nope.
Nope.
Sylvan.
I'm actually going to go ahead and say that those are pretty much interchangeable. But yeah, on the side of the crate, they say property of the Royal Larder of Queen Titania.
Oh. So, this is property of the Royal Larder of Queen Titania.
Queen who?
Queen?
Titania.
I knew that person was powerful, but not sure if a queen? Wait, what?
That's what the box says.
Well, Mador, I just hope that there was no fine print.
You and me both, Estrella.
Give us a perception roll, Edamir. Well, most of the text has been rubbed off to the point where it's unintelligible, but Edamir can make out the words "not for commerce," and then it's the rest of it is unreadable.
Yeah, it also says something about not for commerce. I don't know who commerce is.
Well, none of
We
us
don't have
is
anybody
commerce.
named commerce, right?
No.
Maybe commercial, so no trading? I don't know.
Well, it was traded to us.
Does not mean that the one selling it has taken it without permission.
Does my bond mod, would that help me to realize anything about like having or not being able to resell this?
Yeah, probably would.
Yeah, I think it just means that we can't like resell this.
Not that we're planning.
From the look of it, it's a lot of delicacies. Like roasted game birds, fresh baked meals, wine, all sorts of food. Well, fit for a court, really.
Could you do us the favor? She's looking to Edamir and Eodi and Zara, and check if that is actually safe for consumption or if there are any catches.
I'm going to use my cryolite eye.
Yodi starts eating a duck. He just grabs a duck out of the back. I think it is probably fine. Bones and all.
Yeah, there's a crunching sound as Eodi enjoys his duck, cooked to perfection. And, well, from what you can see, there's a very low-grade type of magic cast on this to make it last for probably way more than 7 days, and still stay as fresh as it was when the chef was done making it.
Oh, yeah, well, hold on, people. This may not be safe for you. You should probably let Eodi eat this.
Checking for illusions on it.
None that you can find that are damaging or harmful, but there are some very minor illusions just to kind of accentuate color and make it look more appetizing.
It looks fun.
Okay, well, we're packed and ready for tomorrow then. It looks like.
I guess we should try to get some sleep in before we leave.
Yeah.
Perfect. On that note, we've been going for a while, so we will be taking a short break. We'll be back at 8:30 p.m. CET in 12 minutes for anybody on a different time zone.
And go.
There we are. Back on time, probably for the first time in 2 campaigns. Amazing. Well, you do manage to get yourselves a couple of hours of sleep. But as the sun comes up, most of you are awakened to the smell of egg and ham.
Good morning. Is there a black bean brew? Please tell me there's black bean brew.
There is black bean brew. In addition to cold goat's milk, egg, ham, and some freshly made buns. Although none of you were actually up and made them.
Thank you, I say in the general vicinity.
Is there also some tea for me, please? She asked no one in particular.
It doesn't take long for some tea to actually manifest itself.
Pretty handy, thank you.
There's something very unusual about this tower.
You get used to it.
Well, they seem to be friendly, so I'll take your word for it. Thank you for the black bean brew and breakfast, my friends.
As you've eaten and exit, you find the horses munching on a feed bag filled with ground meat each.
That's not ominous at all.
No. But they do not exactly look like normal horses.
Can I do an esoteric lore to identify these horses?
You could certainly give it a try. You're a bit uncertain, but those horses might be of Fey origin. Definitely with a stronger than normal connection to water. And you're pretty certain most horses have like square, flat teeth instead of fangs, but these definitely have fangs.
Would I know anything
You would
other than
indeed.
them not being natural?
You would indeed. These are definitely Fey horses. You've actually seen the type before. They have a tendency to lure people to get up onto them and in forests and in rivers and ponds and lakes and the sea and that sort of thing, and then swim down until the prey drowns and eat it.
Hey, those things that were calling to us in that arena thing we were in.
Kelpie? Stay clear of that.
You don't have to tell me.
I don't know. I think they look cute, and I'll go pet one on the hoof, I guess, since I'm so small.
They seem docile enough.
Well,
Although every passerby on the street, they're eyeing with a hungry look. But when it comes to anybody from the Night Thorns, they seem obedient.
well, who's driving the cart?
If they are of Fey origin, I'm not sure anyone needs to ride this cart here. They should probably just follow us. Seem intelligent enough.
Eody hops in the back of the wagon. Eody already had a bad experience on one of these before. I will not be doing this.
Well, I'll be scouting, so not me either.
And I cast Show the Way.
For you heading to the middle of the swamp, again, same. It's the same way that you saw last time. You're going to save a lot of time traveling on roads.
Well,
I'll
everybody here? Anybody missing?
I'll take up rear guard position.
Present.
Magnus hauls himself onto Etienne. Think we're all ready to go?
I swing up in the saddle of Bill.
And
All right.
I'll be scouting in Estrella's backpack, I guess.
Come on, little friend, let's go.
Right, so that's Estrella and Edamir scouting. Mador's got the rear guard. The rest of you are by the wagons, either on or with your own mounts, I assume.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna ride one of the Kelpie horses. I don't actually think I have a mount.
Well, it doesn't seem to mind too much. It's the first day out from Ravensbridge. It's mostly in marsh. Still, I mean, there's a raised road, but there's marsh all around, and it's sort of disconcerting when you're used to horses being horses. Seeing these horses snap dragonflies out of the air or quickly munch on any frogs or other small critters that get close to them. But they don't act any aggressively against Preacher. And the food is fantastic. You've never eaten this well on the trail in your life. Right? Most of you have never eaten this well in your life. At all. Especially Yodi seems happy, as there's an almost endless supply of duck for him. Just munch down on.
Well,
Espresso nectar.
Trip to Fort Falaise itself now takes a much shorter time than when you traveled up from it. The countryside has been devastated. You can see almost every small village you pass by as a huge piece of patch of land which is just burned down, where they've been burning corpses instead of burying them. And several of them, you can see the graveyards are emptied, either by villagers digging up the graves to burn any remains, or, well, remains getting up themselves. Most of the villagers look scared, but they've got it under control. Doesn't take more than maybe 4 hours at most from traveling down without you seeing or some sort of patrol of knights or men-at-arms. And almost every village has at least a small band, 20 to 30 mercenaries stationed. In some of these villages, that's probably a bit of overkill, as the mercenaries outnumber the villagers 3-1. But the Marquis of Nosans is definitely taking the threat seriously.
I really hope this land will be able to rebuild.
If not, nature will find a way to reclaim what is owed.
It'll be as Giltina wills it, I guess.
Yes, you come to Fort Falaise. The earthworks and fortifications you made are still there, and pretty easy for you guys to set up camp and sleep well defended even. But as you start moving from Fort Falaise and move over into Ovila, the lands are not quite as devastated. There's a lot more watchtowers and smaller strongholds. I'd have guessed the watchtower would hold maybe somewhere between 10 and 20 people. The strongholds maybe up to 50. And the villages are much more clustered. There's also way more trees as you move. And the villagers seem... they seem scared of you, but for a different reason. Most of them are looking at Estrella as you guys are passing. Kind of whispering to themselves. And of course, some of them look at Iodi as well, but...
Well, I'm scouting in stealth, so I doubt they see me.
Well, even stealthed, you're going to be spotted at some points.
All right.
Moving... It all depends on what you want to hide from. Like, villagers, generally not something you need to be stealthed from.
Fair.
A lot of them are also staring at Iodi, but on day 2 inside of Ovila, the rumors have spread, and people are coming over and tossing coins at Iodi, tossing or giving him eggs if they don't have any coin, or other sorts of valuables. Adding to the hoard for luck. As you stop for lunch, it's clear that the warmer climate of Ovilar, Estrella's going to have to do something about her makeup, because at least half of her tattoo is visible.
Why do they keep staring at me?
Probably that tattoo on you.
Oh no. Oh, all right. Give me a moment. And she is taking out her makeup kit. Well, that should fix it.
Or you could just let it show.
Nah, I don't think that's the best solution. I didn't want people to act like that restaurant owner back there in Ravensbridge.
Why not?
Because it just complicates everything. And it's not really... It's not really good for hiding myself.
People
Think
treating you like
you're
royalty
the
is
one.
very convenient.
Yeah, you're the one making it complicated.
Well, if you want to be married to this super evil, powerful, whatever he is, go ahead. I won't stop you.
It's a little bit too hot in his domain for me. I prefer the cold.
I've got his eye on me. It's fine.
And she is looking into Zara's special eye and says, I will keep hiding the tattoo. You can't change that.
Sarah's eye winks.
I probably wouldn't insult the powerful mage too much, because I'm sure that there's ways to just vanish your makeup at inopportune times.
Sarah's eye winks again.
This isn't creepy at all. Stop stalking.
As you guys are eating, who is on guard?
I am.
Sarah?
Right. So you've stopped at one of the. They're not fortified as such, but most stopping spots for caravans have at least the breastwork, maybe up to the middle of your chest. You could fit probably at least 10 to 12 wagons inside of them. They've also got pre-dug latrines, fire pits. generally in one of the nicer areas you've traveled in. And as Marisol's on guard, there are two people wandering in, riding in to be more correct, on each on horses. One a man dressed in deep red robes, and the other a female with a thin sword. On her left hip, a curved sword on her right hip. 7 or 8 more swords of different types on her horse and pack horse. As they see you, both of them, the man's obviously a mage of some sort, but he's got a short sword in his belt. Both of them reach down and unsheathe their sword about a third of the way out of the sheath.
I lift my hands in front of me to show them I mean no harm.
The woman goes, No, you must be new to this place. We mean you no harm.
Indeed I am. And I mean you none. What would be the correct response from me then?
Yes, well, you look like mercenaries. If I'm to hazard a look at your gear, some renown. If you're heading to the College of Immaculate Swordsmanship, they are taking new applicants until the end of this month.
Unfortunately, our business lies elsewhere, but it would be an honor to train with them.
Well, I am Attila of... what I am of is not important. If you're new to Ovila itself, the citizens here are very proud of the College of Immaculate Swordsmanship and also of the Relic Forge down in Maru. You'll not find anybody over the age of 6 not carrying a blade of some sort, and unsheathing it a third of the way is the polite way of greeting somebody. If you haven't been doing it, there's quite probably a lot of slightly offended villagers and peasants you've left in your wake.
I see. I'll make sure that we take that to heart. And then I pull the katana I'm carrying in my belt 1/3 of the way.
Yeah, what a novel sword. Would you be willing to part with it?
Sure.
I've heard of these, but I have not seen one. Is 15 gold pieces enough for you?
That seems very, very generous of you.
Oh, not at all. I was a student at the college for quite some time. If you are to live by the way of the Immaculate Sword, one of the tenets is to pick up as many blades as you can and master them all.
Well, then I'll be proud to give this to you as a gift.
Very thankful. I am very thankful. If you ever visit southwestern Friedrichstadt, look for Attila. I hope I can repay your gift.
That would be a joy for me as well.
If you're not well known here, Maroon, the capital of Ovila, has a relic forge. Probably one of very few in Golden Glens, if I'm to hazard a guess. They make some of the finest blades that I at least have ever seen. If you have enough gold, could have a blade crafted fit for a king.
Indeed.
Be aware, though, that even the cheapest blade from the Relic Forge without any enchantment will cost you at least 1,500 gold.
Yeah. I'm normally more of a gunfighter.
Well, your loss, I suppose. But let us not take too much of your time. there's been some disturbances around the Grand Temple, so if you're traveling past, there might be some roadblocks, or it will slow you down anyway. Potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just traveled past and we were stopped. What was it? 24 times, maybe.
Well, I thank you for your warnings.
The man she's traveling with looks up and nej, det var ett halvfjerds times. Yes. I don't know what he's saying most of the time, but I think he confirmed it was half a dozen.
If I remember correctly from when we lived near Halfjash is 70?
Can't have been that many. Anyway, we will be off. Best of luck to you.
And to
There's
you.
also a band of Fae riding around asking about stolen supplies.
Oh no. Thank you. Where were they last seen?
She looks at him. He mumbles something incoherent. Oh, yes. Over by the river. I believe they were setting up some sort of ambush.
Thank you. We will try to avoid the Fae. You know, it's never good to deal with them.
Well,
A
the
little
best
late
of
on
luck
that
to you.
one.
They ride off.
People,
Yes.
first of all, we've been going around insulting everyone in Ovilar. The correct way to greet people here is to pull your blade 1/3 out of the scabbard. And we haven't been doing that.
What if you don't have a blade?
Well, you are a fox, so I don't think they expect it from you.
What if you don't have a blade?
Then we'll have to find one.
I'll
Quaint.
continue to just glower at them and hold my hammer.
Quaint notion. Usually pulling your sword from its sheath means trouble, but
Yeah,
apparently not.
1/3 of the way.
You can manage that.
And Medor, where did you get these supplies?
Down in the caravan district in Ravenbridge.
Apparently, there's an ambush of Fae by the river, waiting for someone who has their stolen supplies.
We should probably get rid of those boxes, package them in other things, and anybody got any disguise kits to make the horses look like horses?
Don't you think Fae will recognize Fae horses no matter what we try to change on them?
I don't know.
I say we ambush the ambush, collect anything they have of value, and continue on our way.
Or explain to them that it's all a misunderstanding and that we have actually a contract where we paid for these and that we are really sorry and give them back the shit?
I mean, do we have a copy of that contract?
I assume Medor has the original?
Yep.
And then we're going to be out all of our gold and all of our supplies. I'm sure that that's a smashing idea.
So we
Sarah,
eat
it
all
wasn't
the
any of your
supplies.
gold, Sarah, so don't worry about it.
I don't have to only worry about my gold. I can worry about our gold, comrade.
We paid
It's
for
not-
the things, why would we give them away? I do not understand this.
Well, I mean, it's not like I didn't say there could be something wrong with how that person got them.
They would do well to stay out of our way. We have many things to do. We should continue on.
Well, just be ready.
I will go and see where exactly they are and how many.
We should probably stay close. I don't trust Faye.
Me neither. I will try to stay out of trouble, no worries.
I've heard that before.
Yes.
I mean, it's kind of their fault for letting their supplies get stolen.
I don't think they'll see it like that, Ed.
I mean, if there's so much in the trickery, then they should know and should guard their stuff better.
We pay for these supplies. I do not think anyone should take them from us.
And they are delicious.
Or we can give them the exact time and date of the next shipment arrival and have them be there to apprehend that delivery.
That is something we could definitely offer them. The true culprit.
Only if they pay us for the information to comp the fact that you're going to cut our supplies off. Otherwise,
Well-
them attacking us for our illegal purchase.
Remember what it
Is on
said
them.
on the crates about belonging to Queen Titania? I don't think they will be very forthcoming with helping us. They seem very valuable, these things.
And in some places, purchasing stolen goods is almost as bad as stealing them yourself.
Yep.
Mhm. So you want me to scout them?
Stay close to us so that we can actually back you up if something happens, okay?
I will make sure to not be too far ahead, but far enough to give us an advantage. You know, I can be quick if I need to.
I also know that you are prone to trouble. But yeah, I know you can take care of yourself mostly.
Right. Give us a stealth roll from Estrella then. Well, as you sneak up, you can see a bridge going over the water, and then onto. I'll give you a map actually. If Fancy Grounds let me, there we are.
All black so far.
Yep. I see grid squares.
Well, I've shared the map, so it's going to take a minute. It probably just takes a hot minute to load. Anyway, as Estrella sneaks up, she can see two Fae sitting on the other side of the river in trees. Kind of looking. Tokens have not been placed yet. And in addition, there's two of these swimming about in the river, kind of just having their eyes over. Estrella sees them easily enough. And another two. River seems to have most of the enemies, actually. You can't see because tokens haven't been placed. That's probably what it is. So, these tokens, of course, are not actually where you guys are. But I'm going to place them anyway. So that you can.
Alright, so most are in the river, and there are at least 2 flying types.
In addition, you see 4 owl bears. They're just kind of hanging about.
I cannot see the map.
Neither can I.
It'll be once I've placed the tokens and
Ah.
shared again. Reshared, as they say. I haven't done this for 2 weeks, so, I've only been doing this for a bit over 2 years. Easy to forget.
Of course.
Or 3 years.
Yeah, well, forgot one of them already. And as
I know.
Estrella's sneaking up, kind of counting,
I can still not see anything.
probably because I have placed your token. I have no idea why you can't see anything.
Me either.
I'll try to close it and then you can just share it again.
Oh,
Yeah.
if you hit the zoom to fit button, it might pop up.
Ah, there it is. Thank you.
Learning. Learning has happened. We have achieved learning. Perfect. Anyway, as Estrella's sneaking about, kind of hiding behind a tree, the face of a very handsome tan. It looks elf-like, but a bit too regal to be any sort of elf. Pops out of the tree and goes, "Hi!"
Oh, hello there.
So, out sneaking, are we?
I mean, we are always careful when we travel. You have keen senses to have found me.
Well, it's pretty easy when you just think that's the tree I would sneak up to if I was sneaking, and then you hide inside it.
Yeah, fair enough. Experienced sneaking does have its advantages, right?
It does, doesn't it? Dude, you're like the wife of that son bro, aren't you? Love his work.
Son, bro.
He does such extreme things with, like, fire and shit. It's real cool.
And how do you know that again?
Well, I like to stay informed. Get it in between my lifting and whatnot. His upper body pops out and his pecs kind of go dancing a bit.
Well, I can see that you have been training a lot.
Right. So, what you up to? You like with the bunch with the stolen food and stuff? Because, I'm kind of a fan of your husband. I want to, take your shit. If, seems excessive.
Well, I would be very happy if you could tell me more about my husband. But since you're a fan of him, I'm glad that we can talk like this because, yes, I am with them, but we did not know they were stolen. We have gotten them through a fair deal from our side.
Dude, your husband is like the dude with fire, I was there. I once saw him throw a fireball at a bunch of crepe paper, and there was a toy horse there afterwards. Like, who can do that? That's just far out. He takes it to the extreme, bro.
Yeah, that is true for sure. You think maybe both of our groups could just meet without attacking each other and talk it out?
Like, dude, come on, we're not gonna fight you. Like, I'm sure Mom would agree with me that, yeah, we can kind of give that to you as a gift and stuff. It's no skin on my back. But I got to get something. It's what we do. We make deals, right? So you got to give me some kind of deal. It doesn't have to be. I don't need your soul or name or anything. But we gotta figure something out.
Yeah. All right then. Please come to my group so we can talk it out. I'm sure we can find a solution for this. I mean, as I said, from our side, this was already a fair deal. We have paid for what we have without knowing that it was stolen. So I do understand your side of this, but I hope you can also understand our side.
Well, I mean, if we go over there, it's going to be like a walk and stuff, and this river looks pretty cool. I kind of want to get some waves in, so you're going to go kill that dragon, aren't you? The black one?
I shouldn't be surprised that you know that as well, huh?
Well, you're kind of in a fey forest, We hear most of what you say. Don't worry, I respect you and your husband too much to be peeking. Besides, I don't really struggle with the babes, And his pecs go dancing again. So.
Yeah, I can imagine that. What do you know about that thief that stole these supplies in the first place?
Mari? She's just doing what she does, brah. It ain't a thing. She'll get a little slap on the wrist. It's gonna have to go, recoup stuff. Mom's probably going to say a long, boring speech about, got to be more specific in your contracts. And if you say special price, you got to wink and kind of roll your shoulders to something, kind of give people a sporting chance when it comes to tricking them,
Yeah. Well, the way you're talking, I assume that your mother is Queen Titania.
Oh, yeah, brah. Oh, didn't I say that? Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, you can call me Sundew.
Sandu. Well, nice to meet ya.
I'm gonna pop my head out of the backpack and be like, bruh, by the way you make
He's
it
like,
sound,
brah! Hey!
it sounds like you're the one that's tricking us.
It's a
You
little
know that
fox,
she
bruh.
steals.
Oh, yeah.
Bruh.
He leans his hand into the tree and comes out with a mouse. Like, hey! You want a mouse? Want a mouse, little fox, bro?
I got enough, bruh. But it sounds like you're the ones that's tricking us, bruh. You know, like you're letting her steal, sell it, get the gold for herself, and then you just come and try to recoup.
Like, okay, dude, so I'm gonna be on a level with you, okay? Me and Mari, we kind of have a thing, on the down low, so can't really go harshing her vibe too much. So, it's a pretty big dragon you're heading to get to kill him. How about I get one scale from that thing, and we'll call it payment. One scale. Doesn't have to be from anywhere particular. Just, got to be able to tell Mom that I kind of tricked you guys. If not, it's going to be like the longest talk ever. And I got things to do.
Well, as said before, we already have a legal deal for these supplies, so we do not owe anything about that. But if you want to have a scale from that dragon, how about you tell us more about how we can defeat it?
Oh, right. Okay, cool. Right, now we're in haggling territory and stuff. That's great. Okay, so the dragon, he's really a mean dude. Like, torture, knocking on people's doors and then turning invisible. Like, he's a real hassle. And I know, the Winter Court, they'd love to be rid of that dude because, he's harshing everybody's vibes. It's totally, it's not bodacious at all. So, what he loves to do is, he'll pull you in, maybe use one of his kids, like a smaller dragon, get you out into the marsh, fighting that thing, you're kicking its ass, feeling good. And then he'll pop up on your healer or wizard or something, just shower them with acid and then knock the shit out of them with his tail. And now you have no healer, and the ground's turned to acid, everything's real uncool. And then he'll probably let you think you've beat him, and then he'll pull you down into the lowland in the marsh, where all the gas gathers. He'll sprint after him, and then you can't breathe, and he'll sit there laughing and be a real asshole about it while you suffocate. So that's kind of his thing.
Yeah, so the one that is known to be in the marsh isn't the real one, huh?
Oh, yeah, no, he's the real deal, but he's got 5 kids, various size, and he generally sends them out to pretend they're him so that nobody realizes how big he really is, because,
well,
kind of thinks he's a big deal, but I think he's pissed off that green dragon up, the one near Ravensbridge. I think he pissed that guy off. Now he's going to get got, because that guy's probably going to get some real heavy hitters to go beat him up,
So how can we say that the one that we are fighting is gonna be him and not one of his kids? If they're not standing right next to each other, we don't really have a comparison, do we?
Okay, yeah, this dude, he loves, melting shit down with acid and stuff. He's gold-plated his claws. So he doesn't let his kids do that, because, he's not going to give them any gold. The oldest kid's got silver-plated claws, but the oldest one, the mean dude, he's got, these gold-plated claws. That's what you're looking for.
All right, that definitely helps.
Yeah, and he was bitten by a hydra when he was just a small dragon, so I think his right knee joint, on the foremost right leg is weak. If you smack him there with a real big hammer or something, there's a real good chance he's going to fall down. Won't kill him, of course, he's a frame dragon, but smack him real hard, and when he's down, you go wailing on him or something. It's up to you guys. Look like you know what you're doing. So.
Yeah. Any idea about what his kids like?
Well,
Don't really want to fight all of them at once.
Dude, they're like black dragons. They like torturing and not paying bills on time, or I don't know. They're bastards. They're rotten meats guaranteed to be a thing. And I know one of them, like the middle sized one, he really hates crocodiles. So that's probably a thing. I don't know if you find any crocodiles, but that would probably pull him out if he sees a huge croc he can eat. And the two youngest, for some reason, really friggin' hate kobolds. So, should be easy enough to pull out.
Well, she's looking over her shoulder to Adamir. I guess you could do something about a crocodile, right?
I don't know if Isola would be mistaken as a crocodile. I could probably find a crocodile, though.
Oh yeah, and the big one, the real mean dude, he likes unicorns. That's like his favorite meal. So, Mom's pretty pissed with him. So, get me one of his scales. Information will be free. I'll even upgrade. I'll make certain she upgrades your food, like so when the next delivery you'll get something a bit nicer. Maybe throw in a couple of resist poison or acid potions or something like that. I mean, I could whip that up right now, but that river's looking mighty nice.
Well, I'd say these acid and poison, anti-poison potions would definitely help in a fight. And I mean, if she's really that pissed at that dragon, we're also doing her a favor, right?
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, some anti-poison stuff, if I could get one strand of your hair.
Nah, dude. We're getting rid of that dragon, doing your mother a favor, so I would say that definitely weights the potions.
Hey, no hair, no potions. That's how it is. Yeah. I'm not going to do anything icky with it, I'm going to put it in a nice frame. Put it up saying, hey, this is a hair from like one of the wives of the Dawn Lord. Cool. Like, maybe we'll get him to do some more tricks next time he visits.
Yeah, but don't you think that your ladies would get a little bit jealous if they see that?
Or you could give us the potions and I won't dam this river and totally destroy your sick waves, brah.
I mean, dam's got to come down at some point, and those waves are going to be even sicker. Like, I like the way you're thinking, though, like threats and stuff. Cool. Kind of misplaced, but cool. At least we're speaking the same language now.
Well, let's just say, should I ever realize that you're doing trickery, you're not getting a strand, you're getting a single one, if at all. But if I ever realize that you have done some trickery with it, or that you are abusing whatever power that gives you, whether it is magical or just as a symbol, you know who my husband is. And although I'm not talking to him a lot, I would not hesitate to send him after you.
Dude, no worries. We got a deal. And he looks like he's expectantly waiting for the strand of hair.
How many potions are we talking?
Oh, they're not getting specific. I'll give you one strand of hair. It'll be like, how many fingers do I have currently? 5.
So 5 each, you mean? 5 acid and 5 anti-poison.
Oh, man, you're as sharp as your husband. Sure. Yeah, okay, 5 of each. Why not?
And she's plucking a single hair.
I want to see, do I see any illusions on him? Since he said about fingers currently.
Not illusions so much as the form he's holding is tenuous. It's pretty much at the level of Fae he is. He could probably be pretty much whatever he wanted to be. So it's not his real form, but it's not his false form either. It's more like he doesn't really have a set form.
Gotcha.
As he takes the strand of hair, you see him takes out a little piece of silk, wraps it carefully, puts it in a belt pouch, and he's like, far out. All right. Next delivery's in like 2 days, I think, or something like that. I'll have to talk to Mari about it. Anyway, it's all good. Me and my boys here, we're not going to make any trouble. Y'all can just cross without any issue. You'll get your potions and stuff. And like, when you kill the dragon, just like lift up one of the shells and say that it's for me, you know, and it'll be fine.
Did you say poison there for a second?
I probably did. I gotta be honest with you, buddy. I'm pretty high.
Well, as I said, and that was the deal that we get the potions now, before the fight, because it makes it easier.
Well, if the fight comes before 2 days have passed, I can't help you, but in 2 days you'll get it, because, you know, Mario will deal with it. I'll have a chat with Hershey. We got a little thing, you know. Oh, boy. All right. Peace out. Y'all have fun now. Then he disappears into the tree.
Well, that was certainly interesting.
I still don't know if he's going to give us poison or potions.
Well, anti-poison potions and acid resistance, so yeah.
Yeah, but he might be high enough that he thinks that there's the other things around.
Well,
I'm not going to drink those potions.
a deal's a deal. If he is giving us the wrong stuff, he's breaking his side of the deal. So I warned him about what was gonna happen then.
Well, I mean, he didn't really break his side of the deal because he did say poison there for a second.
Let's go back to the others.
No problem getting back to the others.
So we can safely pass. We are getting an upgrade on the supplies in a while, and in 2 days we're going to receive some potions to help us fight the dragon. We got some good information.
Potions or poison. We don't know which.
From who?
The Fit.
Queen Titania's son?
Yeah, it seems like they're running a racket where, you know, she steals the goods, sell the goods. He tries to get the goods back, and they profit.
Yeah, but no worries. We don't have to give them anything for the supplies. The deal we made was entirely for information and fighting the dragon.
And some hair.
Hair? You gave...
And a scale.
You gave a Fae some of your hair? Are you sure about this?
Just a single one, and I have warned him that I would send my husband after him if he is going to abuse that in any way.
How did he come into the conversation?
Apparently he knows him, met him, whatever. Anyway, apparently this black dragon also has a few children that he tends to send out first, and then when people think they have beat him, appear suddenly attacking their magicians and healers. So yeah, we have to look out for that. The one we are after has gold-plated claws. His children have silver. So that is what we are looking for. Apparently 2 of them hate kobolds, 1 of them hates crocodiles, so we can lure them away.
And another one hates unicorns.
Well, he likes to eat unicorns, and that is why the Fae Queen is angry at him. And yeah.
Oh, and don't forget the part where when you think you beat him, he pulls you down into like the underworld thing and gases and coughing and death.
Yeah, apparently he really likes to melt stuff with his acid.
Okay.
And also, apparently, he likes to go around knocking on doors, and when people open that, go invisible to play pranks, if we want to be diplomatic about the term.
I mean, I've pulled that one a few times. It's pretty funny.
There's a wee bit of a difference between yourself pulling that one and a bloody great black dragon, Ned.
Yeah, well, those are the information we got. Apparently, that dragon also got bitten by a hydra when he was younger. He has his right knee is weak. It's a weakness. So if we can hit that with, she looks to Mador and Preacher, a hammer or something else like that. I mean, it's a dragon, but we could maybe get him to stumble.
Oh, and all this is coming from a Fae that was really high on his, supplies. So I don't know how true this is.
Well,
Certainly something worth try.
we can keep it in mind. So, are we safe to proceed across the bridges, or?
Yeah, we're good. They will not attack us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another thing I've been thinking about, we have some swords in the arsenal, don't we? Those of us who are carrying weapons should definitely have one around their waist so we can just greet people from now on.
This land is very strange.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, if talking about the land, be careful what you're doing to the forest around here. These lands apparently belong to the Fae. On a side note,
So, how do we know if somebody is gritting us or about to draw their sword and stab us?
Whether or not they stop in the movement.
If it comes out more than a third, they're trying to attack.
I'm gonna grab the long sword we got way back when. Anyone else need one?
I've got one.
I don't use swords. Right. I guess we'll try and walk over the bridges.
Yeah, as you come to the river, you see a lot of Fae in various states of undress, playing with a ball, drinking, surfing. Some male Fae on the shoulders of the female Fae are kind of trying to. Seems like they're jousting, trying to get the other team to fall into the water. So you ride over, one of them goes like, "Hey!"
Hi!
Hello there.
Yeah. He points at Sarah and like, I think you might be related to my niece or something, but just that temple coming up, it's like some real bad shit going down there. You probably want to avoid it. I think like some of those undead dudes are like breaking in or something.
Appreciate the heads up.
It's all good. If you see your mom, tell her I said hi.
That sounds like the things Calasir sent down here before she became good again.
It does.
Looking to my door. And didn't you say there were things that shouldn't be out for the public?
Yes, I did.
Well, I know we are kind of pressured on time, but do you think we should do a little stop there?
Fastest way, straight through. And big undead things have bounties on them.
Also true.
Well, I guess this time we are actually going to look for trouble, huh?
Don't we always?
Nah, usually the trouble comes to us. So it's it's a change to be the one proactive this time.
I mean, we marched on Ravensbridge. That was us going to look for trouble.
This is a good point.
Yep.
Literally, our job is to accept money to go deal with other people's troubles.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what we're doing right now.
So anyone who says that we're not going out and looking for trouble is they might be a little confused about what our occupation is. Trouble seekers might be the a proper term for it.
Gallant heroes?
Absolutely not.
No,
Heroes don't get
heroes.
paid.
Yeah, they reject that payment. Nah.
Oh, some of us are a little more pragmatic than that. After
Oh,
all,
have no fear, fair damsel. I shall resolve the thing for you for just a wink and a smile. That's what you sound like, Magnus.
I mean,
All
sometimes.
right.
Not all the time, though.
All right. I give it to you. We are regularly looking for trouble. But question is this time, are we doing this or not? Could make
think
it
we
easier
are.
could make it easier in the future if they do not get their hands on whatever is inside.
I have no idea what's inside, but protecting a temple sounds right up my alley.
It's definitely right up my alley.
Whose temple is it?
Does it matter?
I mean, yeah.
They were safekeepers of a lot of very bad stuff, so
That sounds definitely like something we don't want them to have.
over Shoggoth.
Yes, that's me, sir. Or did you just sneeze? And it sounded like you said Shoggy.
No. I meant over to you since you made a note about ending early.
Right. Turns out going to a place with minus 38 or minus 30-ish C after COVID was not great for my sinuses, so we're going to end it early so I can go wash them out with salt water. So we will let our steamer, Mr. Steamed hams. Streamer, Mr. Tulmar, find somebody to raid. We'll be back next Sunday unless something untoward happens. But for now, thank you everybody for joining. This episode will be up on YouTube sometime tomorrow. So you all stay safe, stay healthy, and be well, and we will see you all next time.
Bye.
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 Bye.